E with MarketWizard.com and eMiniWizard.com with an update at 11 o'clock. Tuesday, 22nd of January, reminding traders to use risk capital you can afford to lose. Okay, one of the things that we're discussing is that we're still inside the range from Friday, albeit we have been able to break down their RTH low. It seems like we're not letting those traders get off the hook and get a bounce yet. And so I had said earlier, we're using the 5-minute chart. We want to keep an eye on the blue line. Very rarely we just plunge through the rain line and go. It takes time to wear it down. And so what we're also looking at is how you can adjust your charts to give you a little bit tighter look, to make it conform better to what you would normally like for expectations. And I've suggested that in the last 6 months or so, an example of adapting, I've noticed the 4-minute chart using the same settings will give me just a hair better, a hair faster look at what's going on. So I like the 5 for my all-purpose chart, but 4-minute chart seems to be a tad faster and gives a little bit of an edge in terms of how these moving averages are going to control the push. And if the 4-minute chart is working, then I also usually will go to a 2 and see how that's looking. And clearly this will give me a bit of a head start. I don't want to abuse this chart because we tend to revert back to the mean, but it already tells me where areas of resistance are that the longs have to beat. And if they start to beat this blue line, then okay, I'm going to start to revert back to that 5-minute chart or the 4. And our call for being paid 50.5 to 49 has worked out for sure for anybody that took the long side. And we're coming back, still testing 42s, a double bottom. And reminder, doubles come first before breakdowns. So still got to break down this 42 to 40.5 area. And a reminder of the importance of the 32 area below us, last year's middle. So we've come up, we've tested last year's open, that's rejected, that 75.25 has rejected the price, and we've got a soft pullback. To change that, we need to continue with charts like these, come down into the next area. So today is inconclusive, certainly, especially with part of it being a holiday type day in between. But we've come a long way and desperately need a pullback. I just don't think we're going to get it all in one flash move. So trade the ranges that are there and do the best you can, and don't try to predict the top. Don't try to predict the bottom. Try to predict a range that you think you can take something out of. And these traders, end of the day on Friday, underwater. Anybody that was a position trader, swing trader. Predictive model for today. At 56 and a quarter, big idea. Then we said you got to take out the 46s. And now we've got the 36.75. Big idea for now, this 38 zone. And we're relying on that as aggressive support right now. Markets ebb and flow, and we need to adjust to it. It's been a rip-roaring start to the year. I'd said the other day, we're going to start to end the bias for the beginning of the month push. So I think that's already kicking in. Come a long way. So nobody should be surprised by a pullback after what we've got here. And looking at this chart, very significant zone right there on a breakout. Cap, 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 come back and hold it, and then push. And this was done in a couple of days, the last couple of days of that last week. So not a lot of support built up, but we do need to undermine step by step. Important area right there, right? That 32, that Friday's low, 32.75, and that's going to be last year's middle. So for now, this is conforming pretty well to that box we just looked at. All I can say is take pieces of the range the best you can, and do not be surprised when we get these little bounces or head fakes all of a sudden and knock you out. You got to re-enter. Name of the game. And if you want to look at a larger frame, and you should do both sides of that 5 and go to a 10. And now you're looking at a bigger idea where clearly we can say, yeah, okay, the blue line is resistance and the magenta line support. And we're in no man's land, really. So days high resistance until broken. It's all we know. And ahead of that, obviously, the RTH. Also resistance still broken. And I think we are in a chop pattern right now, just trying to test support. Not encourage you to overthink the short side. Got a nice pullback. I think we've got some stolen range. I said earlier, if I'm wrong, I'll tell you. So far, we have pulled back a bit further than I would expect so soon, so early. But that being said, we still are not doing any technical damage to the long side yet, and I wouldn't expect to today. I think this is backing and filling for now.